Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. Well, we begin now with breaking news here at 5 o'clock. Just here in the last few minutes, we have received another round of election results in Spokane County. So here are how the key races are looking tonight.
Starting with the race for Spokane Mayor, right now, Lisa Brown is maintaining her lead over current Mayor Nadine Woodward. In fact, in new numbers that just dropped, Lisa Brown has 51.89% of the vote compared to Woodward's 47.57% of the vote.
All right, let's check in on the other race for Spokane City Council President. Betsy Wilkerson maintaining her lead over Kim Please. You can see she has 53% of the vote compared to 47% for Please.
Moving on to two major proposals in Spokane County, starting with Measure 1. It would raise money through taxes to pay for a new downtown jail, and it is still losing with only 63% voting against it right now.
And finally, the results for Prop 1, the anti-camping measure, at this hour looks to be passing easily. Still about 18,000 ballots left to be counted, we're told, in the county. Now let's start with the latest on a large natural gas outage in the Palouse. So for the last 2 days, people and businesses in Pullman, Moscow, and Lewiston, and many of the small towns around there have been impacted by these outages. But
tonight there is some good news. Avista is relighting natural gas in homes today. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun is in Lewiston tonight. He tells us when people can expect to get their heat back. Nathan?
Well, Mark and Whitney, isn't it great? Avista plans on having natural gas back to every customer starting early next week. And I'm standing outside Bill's Heating and AC, where space heaters were given out for free. Wednesday night was not fun for Ty McCutcheon and his family.
I was just thinking how we're going to keep our house warm and thinking about all the little heaters we got to use.
He learned he lost natural gas to his entire home.
Luckily, this house has got, it's been around for a long time, so it's weatherized pretty good. But at the same time, it does get cold.
Avista has described the incident as the largest natural gas outage in its history. 37,000 customers are set to be affected.
The number of customers that would be impacted, we recognized we needed to ramp up very quickly.
Avista President Heather Rosentrader says customers won't stay in the code much longer. Natural gas should be restored in all homes by this coming Tuesday.
I'm incredibly impressed with our employees, with the response of our peer utilities.
An incident like this has also brought out the good in people.
I'm actually really grateful. Recently I lost my job. She lost her income.
Bill's Heating and AC in Lewiston has handed out 3,000 space heaters for free.
It's put a little struggle on a couple things, but it's helped us really appreciate what we can do, what the community has done for us.
And for Ty and his family, the wait for warmth is almost over.
We like running our furnace because it runs the whole house. So definitely, yeah, we're definitely looking forward to get it back on for sure.
Avista wants to remind people in order to turn your heat back on, they must go inside your homes, and an adult must be present for them to enter the home. And the need for heat is certainly here. When I got to Bill's Heating and AC earlier, they told me they ran out of all their space heaters this morning. They just asked people to return the space heaters once they're no longer needed. For now, live in Lewiston, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
All right, Nathan, thank you. And now the next step is for crews to relight gas meters at all of the homes and businesses that were affected restoring heat or hot water. Tonight, Avista created new maps for each of the different regions to show the order that they will be working in to get all those services back up and running.
So let's dive into the Pullman map right now. Crews will begin tomorrow morning in the area shaded in blue. Then they'll move over to the area shaded in green on Saturday evening. This includes northeast Pullman stretching to the Pullman-Moscow Regional Airport. They're expected to finish this zone on Sunday morning. And then finally, the areas shaded in yellow and red are expected to get wrapped up on Sunday and on Monday.
All right, moving over to Moscow. Crews started relighting today. That effort will continue all the way through Monday. For other parts of the region, we're told work will not finish until probably Tuesday. It's important to note, though, Avista says do not attempt to relight your own heaters or water heaters. It can be very dangerous. So if you would like to take a look at any of these maps or any of the other information about these outages, remember, you can just go to krem.com.
All right, let's switch gears and talk weather. Our other big story tonight. It is Friday. The weekend is upon us, and right on cue, we're expecting some strong winds heading our way for tomorrow.
So, Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo is definitely the guy with answers for us. Hi, Jeremy.
Yeah, somebody actually stopped me in public a little bit earlier and said, "Hey, we got a soccer game tomorrow. What do you think the wind is going to do?" And I said, the wind is going to be a factor for dribbling the soccer ball. That's the kind of wind we're talking. Right now, it looks like wind gusts are going to near 55 miles per hour across much of Washington and into North Idaho. Some indications are a little bit lower across the Palouse, but overall, those wind advisories are in place for the wind being potentially damaging. The storm itself sits off the coast, but as it takes aim at the region, it goes almost directly across southern British Columbia. That is our classic windstorm track. So when a storm tracks like that, we know it has the potential to create strong wind gusts. A few other factors play into how strong those wind gusts will be. Thankfully, those other factors aren't quite as, I would say, potent for bringing us a strong wind event. So it's some things working for us, some things working against us. The biggie is just the storm track. So what winds up happening is we have on and off rain throughout the day tomorrow, eventually tapering off tomorrow night. But with that storm track, we can expect wind. 55-mile-per-hour winds are enough to break tree branches and even cause a couple power outages. So we'll keep a close eye on that.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. And looking ahead to next year's election, we will have one less candidate running for Washington governor.
Washington's Commissioner of Public Lands, Hillary Franz, has decided to drop out of the race for governor and run for Congress instead. Franz made the announcement this morning on YouTube. She says she is running for Congressional District 6, which covers Gig Harbor up to Port Angeles and the Olympic Peninsula.
Franz says some of her top priorities are climate change, abortion rights, gun violence, and rising costs.
Well, the biggest KREM Cares event of the year continues. We are, of course, talking about Tom's Turkey Drive. And just a few minutes ago, we wrapped up Starbucks Day.
It's a very big day, and thank you to everyone who donated today as part of our effort to feed families right here in our area this Thanksgiving. So we want to go out live right now to our very own Tom Sherry. He's at a local Starbucks to let us know how it all went. Tom?
Yeah, I'm at the 37th and Grand Starbucks right now, and man, oh man, it was packed at this location, and I'm told it was packed at the other locations. We just wrapped it up. By the way, I've got Lindsay and Kelsey right now from Starbucks with me, and I tell you, you guys have been absolutely fabulous. We should just let folks know that this incredibly generous thing that Starbucks does is that all the proceeds from every crafted beverage you make between 3 and 5 then goes to feed a family in need a Thanksgiving dinner. It goes to Tom's Turkey Drive. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. It was an incredible day. We were really excited to be able to contribute today.
Now, I got to tell you about this one, Lindsay. Is this the 9th year?
Yes, 9th year.
That is amazing. I remember in the beginning, before we did this event, we would be up at the 5 Mile Rose Hours, and I'd be doing live hits, and I'd see these incredibly crazy, wonderful Starbucks employees waving the banners around and encouraging people to donate to Tom's Turkey Drive. And then all of a sudden, a couple years later, you guys come up with this incredible event.
Yeah, we've always loved to be a part of this, and the fact that we can do this now to contribute even more to the community is really exciting. We love the handing out of the meals, so I'm really glad that we got to at least do this year to help contribute.
I love that. And I have to throw some love out to Kelsey's mom, Amanda. Amanda has been fabulous. And you told a quick story about how when you guys were handing out meals, your mom saw, what happened?
So it's about, would have been 10 years ago that we actually didn't have enough meals to serve the amount of people looking, and so she came back and said that we could do more. And so she went back to Kathy, who was our regional manager at the time, and said, hey, what can we do to really contribute? And we created this event that we've been doing for the last 9 years.
And it's huge. We couldn't feed the families without you guys. I mean, the amount of money that we're able to raise in that 2-hour period is just incredible.
It's pretty incredible, yeah.
Starbucks, I love you guys. You're the greatest. This is the way, this is a Spokane miracle that we do here each and every year, 24th annual Tom's Turkey Drive. I should remind everybody, head on down to Rose Hours. For $25, you can buy a family in need a complete Thanksgiving dinner. Sending it back to 2 of my other favorite people, okay. It's Mark and Whitney. We love them.
We do. Bye, Mark. Bye, Whitney.
Oh, bye.
Thanks.